a show about Jewish books, music, film, and web. I'm Heidi Estrin. The Book of Life is a podcast service of the Feldman Library at Congregation B'nai Israel in Boca Raton, Florida. Additional support comes from the Association of Jewish Libraries. I had a great time at the Podcasters Across Borders conference this summer in Kingston, Ontario, a gathering by podcasters for podcasters. The focus was on storytelling and creativity rather than on the technical aspects of audio, but the people I met were inspired and inspiring. I think I was the only podcaster there who focuses on Judaica, but I met many people who shared my interest in books and reading. One of those people was Connie Crosby. Connie is a law librarian and communications consultant. She has a podcast called Community Divas, and she blogs at conniecrosby.blogspot.com. She gave a great presentation at Podcasters Across Borders about the Shanachies tour, a library road trip around the world. That session was recorded and will at some point become available at CanadianPodcastBuffet.ca. In the meantime, here's a brief interview with Connie about her presentation. Okay, so we're walking down the street in Kingston just after the conclusion of Podcasters Across Borders, and I'm here with Connie Crosby, who is a fellow librarian. Hooray, there's librarians here. So you actually gave one of the last presentations, and it was about libraries. So could you just sort of sum up real quick what it was about and like what takeaway message you had?
What I spoke about was Shanachies, and the Shanachies are three librarians from the Netherlands, from I think it's the Doc Delft Public Library. And one of the things that they do is tour around different countries, going from library to library and video recording the stories of the libraries and the librarians in them, and then post them to their blog. And what they will often do is present that at conferences as well. And essentially they are telling the stories of librarians for librarians to see just how we are valued and how valuable we are, and sort of build up our confidence in those areas. I love that they are using a storytelling technique, and they take the name Shanachie from the Irish term of the word Shanachie, which are storytellers who toured around Ireland telling stories, and they would pass the stories down from father to son, and quite often they would use it in exchange for food and lodging as well.
Sort of like a bard.
Yes, that sort of idea. I think of it, traveling bards, that sort of thing, but storytelling instead of singing.
Mm-hmm. And so what was this is not a library conference,
no.
Although it's, related in terms of storytelling and information sharing, but it's not a library conference.
No.
So what was your message to all of these non-librarians in the audience? Why were you sharing this with them?
Well, first of all, they wanted to get some inspiration from outside of our little fishbowl, and I thought this was an interesting story that they wouldn't have heard before from my world, and also it's a story of some people who broke out of their own fishbowls and sort of took an idea and turned it into a grander vision. I also thought the idea about how they are inspiring people with their storytelling, and that's very much what the podcasters are doing as well.
And librarians too.
So
that works out perfectly. Okay, and the Shanachies have a whole blog and they have a book, right? I mean,
That's right.
We don't have to have everybody listening to this call you up to learn about it. Where can they go find out about the Shanachies?
There's a website called Shanachie Tour, and Shanachie is Shanachie, Shanachie Tour, and it has links into that. There's also on the Vimeo website, I think if they search for Shanachie, they should find some additional older video as well.
Okay, terrific. Thank you so much, Connie.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, before we stop, tell us about your own podcast.
I have a podcast with my friend Eden Spodek called Community Divas, and we talk to people about their online communities and their work that they're doing in online community as well. We explore that in various aspects.
Okay, and where can we find that?
That is at communitydivas.com.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There are so many ways to connect with the Book of Life. Fan us at facebook.com/Book of Life Podcast. Follow us at twitter.com/bookoflifepod. Email us at bookoflifepodcast@gmail.com and listen to the latest episode by phone at 916-313-3820. And of course, find links to everything at bookoflifepodcast.com. The Book of Life is a podcast service of the Feldman Library, a congregation B'nai Israel in Boca Raton, Florida, at cbiboca.org, and is supported in part by the Association of Jewish Libraries at jewishlibraries.org. Our background music is provided by the Freilach Makers Klezmer String Band at freilachmakers.com. Thanks for listening, and happy reading.